welcome back. Gonna get into part 2 of Ezekiel's temple and just some different things to think about that I think you probably never heard before. At least I've never heard it, and I was reading it and it just dawned on me and makes sense to me. What do you think? Let's just look at some of these different verses, and like I said, I think you're gonna hear something you never heard before. And if you would read Ezekiel 36, I don't want to, just copy and paste the whole Bible, but the Bible does explain itself. So let's we start off in Ezekiel 37 in the first part video, and then in this, we're just going to kind of work our way through it. But if you read Ezekiel 36, it may help you as well. So this is 37:18 through 23. The people of your own country will ask you, what do you mean by this? Tell them, the Lord and King says, I am going to get the stick of Joseph and the Israelites connected with it. The stick is in Ephraim's hand. I am going to join it to Judah's stick. They'll become a single stick of wood in my hand. Show them the sticks you wrote on. Tell them, the Lord and King says, I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will gather them together from all around. I'll bring them back to their own land. There I'll make them one nation. They'll live on the mountains of Israel. All of them will have one king. There'll never be two nations again. They'll never again be separated into two kingdoms. They will no longer pollute themselves by worshiping any of their evil gods. They will not do wrong things anymore. They will always turn away from me, but I will save them from that sin. I'll make them pure and clean. They'll be my people, and I will be their God. Now, I think a lot of people, including myself, have failed to understand this message. And I'm going to hopefully share something that, again, I believe has never really been shared. So let's look at it a little closer and just dive into it. So, like I said, read Ezekiel 36. You will live in the land I gave your people long ago. You'll be my people, and I'll be your God. So most people think this is the land of Israel. It was restored in 1948, they think. I don't think so. I think he's talking about the Garden of Eden. Now, how could I say such a thing? How could we go back? How could we get the Garden of Eden again? Where would I even get this idea? And I had this idea today, and then I read a little further, and it even made more sense to me. So I think he's restoring the Garden of Eden on earth over time, very gradually, getting better and better every day, like it says in Ecclesiastes 9:11, I believe it is. Don't say that yesterday was better than today. So let's look at another verse for support. So I'm establishing and suggesting that this Garden of Eden is coming back on the earth. They will say this land was completely destroyed, but now it's like the Garden of Eden. The cities were full of broken down buildings. They were destroyed and empty, but now they have high walls around them and the people live in them. So I believe the Bible backs us up that the land isn't Israel over in the Middle East. It's the whole earth being restored to the Garden of Eden. All right, let's look a little bit more here. Let's see if we can back that up. Kind of skipped a part there, made a little bit of error. Let's get it back here. All right. So then iron and clay were broken to pieces. So were the bronze, silver, and gold. All them were broken to pieces at the same time. They became like straw on a threshing floor at harvest time. The wind blew them away without leaving a trace. But the rock, Christ, that struck the statue, these nations, became a huge mountain, and it filled the whole earth. So again, read Ezekiel 36 for some context about the mountain. And you'll see Daniel's talking about a mountain that starts with a rock, Christ, and fills the whole earth. And we want to go back to the Garden of Eden, and you can see that Christ here is on the top of the mountain, and he is our exit or exodus way up into heaven to the Father. So some things to think about. Really appreciate you subscribing, the subscribers, anyone that watches, really appreciate it. If you would, I don't normally do this, but like and subscribe. More to come, more, Lord willing. It does help get the message out. Just enjoying today. I hope you have a good day. And as always, love you lots. PGF Racing out. Take care.